Well, hello YouTubers. Something a little different today. I'm going to talk about the bare minimum walking stick all the way up in intervals. I'm talking about a $10 walking stick, what it looks like. That's what I sell them for, and it works out real well for me. I'm going to show you my $10 walking stick, my $15 walking stick, $20 and $25. Most of my sticks with the embellishments on them and the carving and whatever are somewhere in the neighborhood of $150 and up. So that is out of range for a lot of people. I understand that. But if you go to a lively show where it's not just a flea market where everyone has a couple dollars they want to spend on a piece of junk, in my mind. Let me start out just showing you. And here's the sticks, the type of sticks showing you to start with, that I'm going to demonstrate that today. This one could be, well, let's start out at the other end of the trail here. This one right here. Now first I'm going to set them up and cut them off. I'll cut them off about the same length. I haven't done that yet. But you see I have this one, and it's been drying out a while, not cracked too bad. But that stick is just like I gathered it out of the woods. Still has the bark on it. The bark is not really loose. Makes a good walking stick. I'll have a bin of these sitting there for $10. So $10? Wow, I didn't pay $10 for a stick. Well, then you spend your own gas money, your own time, and you go out in the woods, you walk around an hour, and you find you up and you find you a nice stick, and see if you spent your $10 on that. Get my point. Now, so I get $10 out of these. Now, with that, the next one I look at here. Now I have choice sticks that's fairly smooth. They don't have a lot of stuff. I don't do a thing to them, but go out and gather them up. Those are $10. So I sell 10 of them at a meet. That's $100. I'll pay for my booth with those things. Now, these, you notice, they've got a lot of where branches were and things of that sort. I will take a grinder, which I'm going to show you, and I'm going to grind these points off of it. That's a $15 stick. I do nothing else to it. This one, yeah, it has some big snags here at the bottom. They've got to be ground off, ground off. Like I said, if you don't like my prices, you just get you a grinder. You buy your grinder if you don't have one. Spend your own time on it, and you see what happens. Now, this one, all I do is grind those off of it. That's $15. I grind these off of it. And I might drill a hole and put a rawhide strap through this one. That'll be $20. This one, you have to start with a little larger diameter to do it, but I'm going to take the bark off of this one and put a strap on it, $25. There's my $10 to $25 range that I get the majority of my sales from. Now, let's get busy here, and I'll demonstrate how I do this. Okay, here we are set up on the bench to start with. I'll show you these 4 sticks. This was the one that has a little crack down in front of it there on the top. I cut a couple 3 inches off the end of that and then go with it. And I cut the ends off of these. I cut the bottom end as much as possible. That leaves the big end as big as you can get it. But anyway, that's what I had to cut off the sticks. That goes in the trash. This one here, let's get started and I'll show you how I clean these stubs off. Have an angle grinder. I do have a dust route on this that I start the dust collector off here, and I'll show you that. Right there's my dust collector. I have a regular shop vac on the bottom. I built this on the top. That is a Cyclone made out of a highway department cone that I found. And other than that, I hook that up and hook it up to my dust collector here. So let's get started and see what that looks like. I think I have everything plugged in. I'll start by doing this one. This one gets the bark cleaned off of it. This one gets the stubs cleaned off of it. So I'm going to lay both of them up here and let's get started. So rub your hand backwards this way, and you can tell it's not going to be perfectly smooth, but that's good enough. Turn that noisy thing off. But rub my hand backwards like that, and it don't get caught on any snag. That way it's, you know what it is. The top was angled, cut off this way. I'm just going to leave it that way. That looks a little better than maybe straight, but if you got an angle on most of them, that looks pretty good. Now I'm also going to clean this one off, but this one is going to have, remember, maybe a hole drilled in it yet. We're going to snag it. This one here is going to have the bark sanded off of it. That's it. Now, I've almost knocked out 3 sticks on these. This feels real good down this way. I just now felt a couple more snags right there. I'm gonna knock them off. Like I said, bring your hand down this way if I don't get caught on something. Now this one here too. You see, I just trimmed the snags off here. I am going to sand the bark off of this one. Bet I get $25 for this stick. This one, I'm going to demonstrate right now. Already got some sandpaper on there. And let's get it plugged in. And we'll see right away if our sandpaper is strong enough. Let's see. I got that self-cleaning sandpaper, 3 something, so we want 80 grit for that. Yeah, I'm gonna get 80 grit put on that. So now I have 80 grit to put on that. That's, gotta get it turned around right. Gotta stick to that. Okay, now you see, and you see how long it took just to get that much bark off of it. I really didn't get all the bark off of it, but it's down enough if you wanted to leave it that way. If your bark is kind of coming off hard like that, that was 80 grit sandpaper, and it's really not getting it down. It's like right in there, it's getting light. And here, you know, I'd have to work quite a bit more time on that to get all the way down there with that sandpaper. So what I'm going to do with that one is just get the grinder back out, start the dust collector back up. I'm going to show you how fast that comes off. Now you see the difference. That's real clean, and you hit that lightly with the sandpaper all the way down now, and you have it finished. So I'm not going to spend time having you watch me sand it all, but that's the difference in just using a regular sander when you're taking bark off. It depends on the bark. A lot of times the loose bark, you just take it off with your hands, and then it depends on the type of wood it is. I think this might be an ash, but I'm not certain. It makes a good, solid, sturdy stick. The bark clings on it a little bit more, not so thick, but you see what the sandpaper did. And the difference between sandpaper and that is like daylight and dark. That comes off, the rest of that stick will come off real quick. But let's lay that aside and get the other sticks to going. I'm going to take this one over and drill a hole in it and be right back. Now, have my drill gun out here, and I'll show you, put a 3/16" drill in here, these 5/32 paracords. And what I do is, I have a little burner here, and you don't have to have that. You can use a cigarette lighter or a grill lighter or anything like that. And I just pull that down a little bit real quick. So either end will go right in that, my hole, and it also keeps it from coming unraveling later. And I have a little CA glue here, medium, and that's to keep the knot from coming undone on you. And the drill gun, as you see, I just go down here, and I hold it up and you kind of look at it. I'm going to have my hand right about there, and so I can put that put that wrist strap up above or down below, either one. I'm gonna put it right in there. Where you put it makes really no difference, but I'm gonna show you. We'll take a drill here and just go straight down and get through it there, and go on this side here and clean it up a little bit, and we got it. Now I'll take this paracord that we prepared and I'll stick it right through there, and then I'll just go up here, tie me a nice knot here, just like that. Leave the ends sticking down. Now I have my wrist strap. Now what I can do is put a drop of CA glue right there. And if you want, got some hardener. And what the hardener does is just like it says, you spray it like that. That'll dry clear and not be wet. But that CA glue is dry right now. So it's ready to go. And I'll leave those two snags sticking out a little bit for decoration. That's a nice wrist strap right there. You can hang it up, do what you want to with it. That stick is done. Let's put it over here. Lay these out like so. Now I want to show you. There, I sell these for $10. Do nothing to them but cut them down, cut them to length so they're a nice length. People can take them home, sand them off, do what they want to, put their own wrist straps on them. That's fine. There's a $10 batch right there that I'll have probably 25 of each one of these at a show. Now right here, I cut all the snags off of it, you see, but I left it rough. People can take them home, put their own wrist straps on them, decoration, whatever they want to do. That's a $15 stick. It took more time to get these off. You can buy one like this, take it home, grind your own snags off of it. This one did the same thing, ground the snags off of it real nice, but I put a wrist strap on it. That one's $20. So you got 10, 15, 20. I take this one, I grind the bark off of it so it's ready to finish, $25. To go farther than that, I can put a stain on that, and it takes more time and money. I'll put a little oak stain on that, make it look real nice. 5, 10, 15, 20 like this, be $25 if I stain it. If I stain it and put a hand thing on it, I add another $5 to it, and so forth. So that gives you an idea of what you can do at craft shows. And you want some, you can have your higher end sticks there to see kind of that's your trademark. And I'll have some there that's selling in excess of $200. I'll sell one of them every once in a while. I'll sell a few $150 sticks. I have a few $100 sticks, but most of the time I'll go $10 to $25, and that'll be the majority of my sales at these places. If you sell one of them, I can sell these here. I can sell 10 or 15 of these and pay for my booth. The rest of it is all profit, of course. So I hope that gives you an idea of kind of what you can do at craft shows. Like I say, don't go to an antique show and expect to sell your sticks. Go to a craft show. Make sure it's not a Chinese vendor show, because they have a lot of cheap stuff there that you cannot compete with. And just keep in mind now, you can tell people, hey, just think about it. You go out and cut your own stick, spend your gas going out there, take you an hour to get back home. What have you got? It's buy $10 and you got it. And you got something to work with. Take these home with you. You can skin the bark off, sand them yourself, finish it like you want it, paint it if you want, tie a feather on it, put a stretch strap on it, whatever you want, $15. Or you can leave it the way it is, and it's a real handy stick. Take it home, put your own rip on it, wrist strap on it, like I did, $15. You got it. Even $10. Go home, put your wrist strap on it. You almost got the same thing as I got here for $20. So you see what you can talk to people about a little bit. So I have 4 sticks here, 10, 15, 20, and $25 that you can see there. That's the pricing, and I've had a few questions about it. I thought I'd make a video about it. So I hope that's helpful to you. Just one other thing, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd like for you to do that now. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up before you leave too. And I have one other thing to say. I'll see you in the next video.